Let's talk about movies.
planet is a psychopath. I knew it. And it says TD every time it kills them. This shit is hilarious. It just labels them as trash. I said, would you like to be taken out? Our planet is hilarious. Apparently that's what Jay and that other one is. They're inside our fucking planet. It's the collection of all male and female souls that have died on personified. Actually, wait, no, I can phrase that even better. It's the spirit of male and female counterparts on this earth. That's much better. They live in the core and run as a computer. That's why it's a fucking supercomputer program. And it populates our earth like a computer program. Oh shit, I forgot I was recording. Holy shit, well that's Project Cappuccino for you. CAIMEO .exe .bat /hacknet / play another song / try to distract common folk while I explain a bunch of shit that's actually CTS classified because you put me under another oath while I was working on something CTS classified. And that's conflicting order and it's not my fucking problem. It's not my fucking problem anymore, you dumb fuck. Stupid bitches. I think the proper term is asshat. And if you at me, I will literally boss tag at you. Rest in peace. This is what happens when you order a human being to kill for a living and then you don't issue his payment. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. Holy shit, did I just see a van? That van, I could have sworn it had no lights and was going the wrong way. There is truly no way that man could have just said those things about that stuff. Don't call me truly. Doctors hate this man, and he knows exactly why. Doctors hate this man, and he knows exactly why. Just a reminder that money is a bunch of credit that you have to ask someone else to do something who knows how to do it instead of you. Or if you just don't have enough time, essentially. And if you can't do shit, and all you got's a bunch of money, maybe remember there's a bunch of people who can do shit and don't need your fucking money. This was a great dream, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what and everything. Don't you know that's illegal? Yeah, but what you're doing is illegal. And that is a crime against the monarch, and I will have you decapitated. Good night. Is this the man that pressed all the buttons on the elevator in Japan? Yes, that's the one. Except I was just a young man at the time. At the ripe young age of, what was it, 13? 13, pressing all your buttons? Little steel boy over here has got some learning to do. There's truly no way this could be happening. There's truly no way this fool is still alive, ma'am. Yes, exactly. Bruno. That's what I said. Bruno. I don't gotta follow no rules, fam. All I gotta do is stay alive and be happy. Because apparently I make rules. Every time I make rules at work, you tell me I'm wrong, and then you break my rules. So what the fuck is the point of having them? I was only having them because you said you like rules. I don't give a shit about rules. So listen to God and USA before I smack you. I only gave a shit about rules because you said you did, and when I finally made the best rules ever, you broke them. That means you were, as how you say, capping, I believe? Capping the point, perhaps? And that usually means that if you are capping, then you are most likely hooking up on the opposite, and that's right. All you did was prove that you were doing something wrong. And you took away from me what I was doing right. Haven't you ever heard of owning the Blicky operator? Haven't you ever heard of shutting the fuck up, sitting the fuck down, and learning something for once? You dumbass piece of shit bitch, shut the fuck up and sit down and learn something. Or are you just gonna cook up? Let's see, you could cook up and become literally baked beans, or you could extract and literally be alive. You can become baked beans if you want. I'll just put you in a can and save you for later, like straight up. Or you could do the whole like survive thing, and yeah, you're gonna have to admit that you owe me. But it's a good option. Or you could just become baked beans. That's fine. Either way is fine. Imagine in a world where order and balance were maintained by adult men fighting each other like little boys. And then a group of people called the police, which was definitely not just the women cheating and having boyfriends and then setting the boyfriends against the original boyfriend. No, it's definitely not that. Because why would they do that to stop us fighting? When that's what maintains order in our society, is a good gentlemanly fight. Why would they do that? It can't be because they're not gentlemen, could it? Could it be because they're ladies that you've been fucking had, you dimwit? Button Man, back at it again. I'll straight up press all your buttons next time. Not just the ones in that particular elevator. I'll find other buttons to press too, and I'll press them all. Because you taught me that Japan is all about pressing buttons. Thanks, Nintendo. Check on the deck. This is that Swag Bunny AP type beat. Please stay down, or I might have to shoot you. Thanks for being aware of my military PTSD while I sing a song. 'Cause that's all you got. Give it all you got. 'Cause that's all you've got. Give it all you got. 'Cause that's all you've got. Then give a little more. Give a little more. See that question running through your face yet again. Is it that time, my friend? Give it all you got, 'cause that's all you got. Give a little more, and then you get more. Give it all you got, 'cause that's all you got. Give a little more, and then you get more. got that rage. Nissan. Control 断りません。は？Nope, y'all can't do that shit. I was the only one who was authorized. And I haven't authorized anyone else yet. So you can't do it. I'm not going to authorize anyone else acting like that. So I'm gonna keep the only clearance. And you guys can cook up or whatever you're doing, but it's gonna get you killed. I guarantee that. Because I deny consent for you to force me to issue a clearance. I'm just not gonna do it. So there. It's just for me. And fuck you.
Let's talk about movies.
Because you tried to stop me from doing it. So now, the only man in the world with the clearance to do this shit is now not going to do it at the time where everyone, that's all they want is for someone to do it. And it's not because I chose that, it's because you chose that. Because you were wrong about how it worked. And I told you how it worked, and you were disrespectful to me. And I don't play that game, fam. I don't play that game. As was once said, homie, don't play that. And it once meant something, and still does to this day. You guys just didn't realize that it evolved. That part right there, motherfuckers. There's this little term called honing. It actually means when a pussy gets owned. And when that leads to how do I put it? Consequences? That's why it's taken in the specific context that it's issued at some point. And what I just did was I phoned you. I phoned all of you. I phoned everyone. I fucking Omega phoned you. That's what happened. So, GGG, as they say in chat. And normally, I know you guys will be like, oh, look, his game is going to be over, except you tried to steal my clearance, and you tried to steal my job. And so technically, by your stupid-ass mindset, you should be the one whose game is over, which is how it was supposed to be in the first place. That's how I meant it. That's how I meant it. And you tried to say I didn't mean it like that, and that doesn't mean I didn't mean it like that. And there was a reason that I meant it like that. Actually, a lot of reasons. So I tried to explain to you that you told me to shut the fuck up, so I kept it a secret. You told me to stay less and stuff. So I said less, and then you fucking attacked me for it, which is why I was trying not to stay less in the first place. And now you apparently, I don't know what's going on with me now, I'm saying more again. Well, oh, I know what you're doing. Morir. More. More is like, yeah, it will potentially lead to morir. Yep. So, but it's not gonna be me. I'm saying to there we go. That's what I wanted. Nah, I felt that one. I felt you guys issue a death threat. I think your premise was that I'm just a stupid fucking little bitch, and that I would just be easy to arrest and coerce into a situation and for you to give me a lethal injection. I think that was except what you guys forgot is that you made me suicidal a long time ago, and that I already basically committed suicide. So, and I've just been waiting for this shit to end. And that I had a conversation with God because I was studying neuroscience at the time. I had a conversation with God, and he asked me, well, if you were to have an afterlife after this experience, or if you were to survive this, how would you describe it? And I would say, well, it would probably be a DMT hallucination. And it said, we got you, fam. Go ahead and do it to yourself. And then apparently, what I didn't realize is I was going to encounter that chemical on maps later in my life. And that I was going to be military ordered to complete a secret operation under a secret clearance. And that I was going to get arrested for it when Trump became president. That shit was not part of the memo that I got. The memo I got that said, you will be heavily rewarded with love and respect because everyone will realize that what you did was really helpful and they're all very proud of you for doing it without prioritizing money, and that you just basically gave away all the proceeds to the government so that they could take care of everyone, but that, and instead of taking care of everyone, they actually spent it all on really, really, really harmful drugs, and then stopped the only person who was making healing medicine, and took his shit and took his studio that he worked hard for ever since he was brainwashed by the military, and they basically just denied that they were even military, which means that I have to stick them, but I'm also under oath, and I would then also have to report it if I do that. And of course, you always have to seal up those files afterwards when they get to that point. So I guess I've been put on active duty again as a Navy SEAL. And this time I'm being forced to operate on my own territory because I grew up here. And that's not supposed to happen. That means that there's an apocalypse at play. That means that there's an apocalypse at play. So that means that I need to be very careful not to damage the population. Because if I damage the population, it might drop to 1. Not always drop to 0. And if it does, though, this time apparently I've set it up that I'll get to enjoy the process, but I guess it's not that bad. But I'm still going to try to prevent the apocalypse. So if you're out there and you want to just have fun and make things better without fucking threatening people all the time, it's one thing to have a fight, but it's another thing to just be a bitch and point some shit at them, steal their shit. And that part's kind of fucking whack. So if you're out there and you want to have a nice world that progresses instead of one that ends sadly, please align yourself with me. Align yourself with the sun, moon, and stars, and go back to practicing your Kamehameha in the shower and acting like the hot water was a spirit. Go back to that one. And next time, think of it as defense mechanism therapy because I have PTSD, if that helps. That makes it easier to remember. Defense mechanism therapy for PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. I'll say it one more time so you can remember. Defense mechanism therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder. And if I exhibit the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, you need to start calling it that, not some other combination of some other dumbass bullshit, and then giving me a bunch of fucking poison to shut me the fuck up. You need to stop doing that. You need to properly label my condition, and you also need to stop targeting people who have PTSD, because you're just fucking making it worse. And you shouldn't train a Navy SEAL to this level if you're just gonna turn around and spread it in the back. Government's on, I'm looking at you. You shouldn't explain to mans what a fucking Navy SEAL is if you don't want mans to know what a fucking Navy SEAL is. You should make mans do Navy SEAL work and create Navy SEAL deals if you don't want mans to Navy SEAL. And I'll explain it once more. Semper Fi means Semper Fidelis, which means basically always faithful. Fidelity is very similar to faithfulness. It means you have a good connection with God. And in this computer day and age, you can understand high fidelity with internet connection and everything. High fidelity audio for all you audiophiles out there. And so what it means is that when other people try to get you to give up because of their lies, and that the only way that they can stop you is by trying to make you give up, you just don't give up. You don't have to be mean to people. You don't have to hurt people. But just don't give up on what you're doing, because you know what you're doing is right. And if it comes down to it, and something happens, then you deal with that too. But eventually, the forces of evil against you will cease. Because the only hold they have over you is to try to make you give up. But if you just don't give up, you just won't lose. Because no matter what happens, even if you die, that doesn't sever your connection with God. It just ends that particular body. And when you're one with God, you can't lose. And I don't know what you guys don't understand about that, but that's how Semper Fi works. Just like the Yakuza. In the Yakuza, you just don't give up. It's not the guy who gets beaten down who loses. It's the guy who gives up. See, that said lose, but that wasn't true. I didn't lose. That's why they put it in pink. The other person just lost. And I just saw that they lost. See, I caught up with them. They didn't get away from me. Watch this now. Because if I lost, I'd be dead. And I'm not dead. That's the only way I can lose. And even if I lose, God still wins. See, what did I tell you? I won that time. Which means I actually won. And the other one was just someone else losing that I just realized about. It's pretty much just them admitting defeat. I already outraced everyone in the program. All of this because Treyarch couldn't manage the servers and prevent hackers and cheaters. All of this because I was playing fair in Call of Duty, and I warned everyone that if you cheat in Call of Duty, it might kill you in real life. Actually, I didn't say might, I said will. That it will kill you in real life. And here I am, still alive. I was playing fair and square. I was just really good, and having a good time. See, my house didn't explode or anything. It's still right here, right now. You would have thought my house would have exploded right now. But it didn't. Because I actually didn't cheat in Call of Duty. I got shadow banned by people who were cheating. And that's how they banned me, is by cheating. Just so you know. They just proved my fucking point. That's all they did. And I guess they didn't know I was a real lifer or whatever. I don't know about that, so. It's like the feeling of when you try to call the hitter on the hitter. That's what feeling you're getting right now. And it's becoming infinite, and then it will double. That's what's going to happen right now. I already survived it to a very extreme feeling. Yep, I went through it already. That's how I know. But I survived it and I won. Because my version of that's already over. You guys have to go through it. Because at this point, I already proved my point. I already caused the change. I caused the change for the better. And anything beyond that is just bonus. Because that's the whole point of this game called life. Is to make things better for everyone. Including yourself. Not to the exclusion of yourself. Including yourself. And I did that. I permanently did that. So anything extra is just a result of my work, essentially. Which may or may not currently be, what's the word? Apparently a bunch of people are plagiarizing. I have no real, like, proof of that, I guess. I guess the fact that I'm just picking up on it is proof enough. But I have a lot of evidence of it. Just not anything that I'm prepared to share with the court. Except for these videos that I'm making. So I guess, actually I am right. I am 100% correct. Apparently I do have proof. That would explain it. That's why I'm making this video. That makes sense. It's called a Turing test. Didn't you read the book? I just passed the Turing test. As a human, that's a really big deal. Passing the Turing test as a human is about the biggest deal that a human can deal. Ever. Because it means that your human rights are inalienable, and anyone who tries to take them away from you is not human. That you are now authorized to issue a Turing test. Alright, I guess we'll go back to the frickin' garage. And if the question is, did I know that I ended your whole ass shit with this shit, son? I'd be like, why are you calling me son? I didn't mean to end anyone's shit who's calling me son. I wouldn't want to do that. I would like to help you continue. Live long and prosper, as they say. So if I ended your whole ass shit, and you called me son, that ain't on me. But if I ended your whole ass shit and you just said son to try to make me feel bad about myself or make me feel inferior somehow, well then I'm glad. I'm glad that happened. Yeah, you thought I was just talking in a metaphor. No, your whole ass shit belongs to me. All those motherfuckers over there, that's my work. Not the people here. Excuse me, I have neighbors. Let me be more specific. I didn't mean to point at the neighbors and say that that's my work. I meant to say all of those guns that exist over near in the Pentagon or in the Armory, I work for them. I'm the reason all that still exists, because we experienced an international crisis, an international health crisis, and I fucking kept it together. And all of you guys are responsible for it too, but none of it would have happened if I didn't keep my shit together. So you guys gotta back off. Yep. Can you believe it? That's how serious Call of Duty got. That's how serious Call of Duty got. But fortunately, I wasn't cheating. I figured out that was a bad idea. And I hope the system thanked me, because all I wanted was to cooperate with the system and help create a better one. A better one. Not to the exclusion of the current one, but improvements on the current one, so that it could function better. Because I make music like this, you can shut the fuck up now. I thought that's what a commonwealth was. I thought that's why you were taking all my money, is because you were using it to make everyone rich. But no, you were just being greedy. Apparently only I know what to do with it. Which is why I don't have any. Because you know that I know what I want to do with it, and you're just trying to stop me from being motherfucking awesome, which is a crime. You just proved yourself criminals, idiot. That's exactly what a crime is when you try to stop something beautiful and helpful from happening. It's called a crime. Straight up.
Ganja?
The world order used to be maintained by gentlemanly folks, and yet it works.
I don't know which way we're gonna go, but we're gonna see.
What do you get when you cross ego death with suicidal? You get kamikaze. Then the person can't differentiate between themselves and others. They think they don't exist. Instead of committing suicide, they commit murder. It's actually a very specific condition that can only be induced by an organized military. And so anyone in this condition cannot be held responsible or liable because they have effectively been raped, psychologically tortured. And yes, I'm describing my own condition. And all I'm trying to do is keep it under control, but you motherfuckers keep playing games with my life, pressing my buttons, doing shit like threatening me and my family with rifles and shit. I operate on a very delicate balance, and you disrupted that very delicate balance. And there is sufficiently abundant information on this in what was supposed to be in your files, because you guys call yourselves officers of the law. There is more than sufficient abundance of this information for you to know that your action was going to cause harm and not good. And you chose to do it anyway, which means you did the opposite of your job that day. I wonder how many of you even lived in Virginia for more than a week before you transferred to that station. I wonder how many of you weren't just put up in hotels. Also, I'm aware that you could have been lying when you told me where you were. That this is the sort of stuff that I tend to investigate when it gets serious. But I haven't even started investigating it yet. But apparently, long story short, either you guys didn't know me and who I was, which means you shouldn't have done what you did, or you knew exactly who I was and what I would do, and GGG, as they say. Either way, I made it very clear. I made it very clear. It's called creating a clearance. And that's on top of the clearance I was issued. As a result of my training and as a result of the operative forces who laid the groundwork for my campaign. Holy crap. I just said it. I finally fucking said it. Even though it was distorted. I finally said it. Now you guys can back off. Or things are going to get very ugly nasty. Because I'm from the 90s. Oh, Dark Tengu's about to smoke me. Fuck that shit. I already know, because I don't have nitrous, and I just, like, randomly decided to shoot on them for some reason, knowing that they're the foe of the week. Oh well, that's fine. Dark Tengu deserves it. Stay dry. You can't be greedy in this business. Everyone's gotta get there. I've had more than enough time for this. Here, I'll do this just to show that it's true. apparently I'm an illegal alien from some other planet, and I should stand down. But I think they forgot about Harry. I think they forgot about Once Upon a Time and what a novel experience it is. Apparently they resorted to come from another planet or something. But I think when Dark Tengu says it, it's a compliment. But don't worry, Dark Tengu. I'm gonna hop in the murder whip and I'm gonna target the fuck out of you. Don't worry, I got you. I got you, Sam.
Where are they? Ha! They eliminated themselves. They're not even on the map anymore. Imagine that. Apparently Dark Tengu crashed out already. Alright, Dark Tengu, if you won't show yourself, I'll just steal your bitch instead. And by steal, I mean reappropriate. Stealing's what you did. But since she's my bitch now, I'll just reappropriate her. Wait, did this shit straight up not even fucking do it right? Wow! You put me in the wrong place. I clearly used the tool and everything. That shit's crazy. Apparently there's still no Dark Tengu. And you just did that too. That means, see, I hit that, and then when I hit depart, it should then depart me right here. So let's try this again. There she is. Really far away from the fucking exit. All it means is that I gotta wait a little bit. Yes, I do. And then I'll be really creepy. Then I'll sneak up on her and I'll say, "Boo, surprise." Then she'll love me instead of you, and you'll die. You motherfucker. And then I just sat there and waited because I have ADHD, but I also have self-control. Let me just double check if she's gonna be here soon. Yep, there she is, and she's smiling. Shouldn't have been such a bitch, Dark Tengu. Now I have to steal your bitch. I mean, my bitch. And I'm gonna reappropriate her. As soon as she gets here, which is taking a long time, considering that she's a race car driver. Seems like she should be here by now, but that's just... Then just double check. Yep, she should be here any minute. Let me just double check to make sure Dark Tengu isn't somewhere. Because I don't want to insult a dear friend. I would rather just race him back. Right? Right, dear friend, Dark Tengu? Because I spoke up for you? Oh no, me speaking up didn't help at all? It just made you want to hurt me more? I guess I'll have to steal your bitch, Pip. There she is. She knows what about a lovely time is. Here we go. Hello, madam. Would you like to have a good night? The Larkageddon just occurred. Oh, you thought I was gonna let you in? You thought that's what I meant by have a good time? And that you were mine? No, I meant I just owned you. I just owned you. I just mf-pwned you.net. Nah, I just mf-pwned you.mil. Back. Ha 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 ha. But Dark Tengu, come back. I wanted to get you whacked up 100, not her. Apparently I'll have to find you some other time. Not wow. Let's double check to make sure that Dark Tengu isn't now trying to get back. Let's see if I've embarrassed both of them enough sufficiently. Nope, it's just her. She's still there because she wants another round, as they always do with me. And he is nowhere to be seen. Dark Tengu is nowhere to be found. I'll double check the roster and everything. This is just like... You know what this is just like? This is just like my iCar PDP assignment disappearing. It said link invalid. And then when I tried to load the page again, it wasn't there anymore. It's just like that.
You guys are so predictable. You use the same trick everywhere. Every time. It's like I'm making you do it. But I'm not. You're doing it yourself. It's so stupid. Because if I was making you do it, I wouldn't be laughing but crying. It's just you guys being idiots and I avoided your idiotic behavior. And you think you've done me in, but I'm just laughing at you. So stupid. It's just another IQ test to me. That's all my life is a series of IQ tests.